to Nostalgic Black Millennial, and I want you to keep watching this video if you are in the process of building a brand or trying to build a brand, because in it, I'm going to be sharing some tips based off my past year as an entrepreneur, and just giving you some tips based on some of the mistakes that I've made so that you can do your best job moving forward as an entrepreneur. Okay, y'all, so jumping right in on building brand awareness. So, if you live in a major city like me, I live in Chicago. If you live in a major city, summer is coming and it's coming in hot. So, you want to use this season as an opportunity to build your brand's awareness. And one of the best ways to do that is by building out like your vendor event calendar. And what I mean by that is, especially in the summertime in these major cities, there are different festivals going on, different pop-up shops, different fairs, events that are outdoors and things of that nature. So you want to do a quick Google search or tap into your network to see what's going on in your city and where you can possibly sign up as a vendor. And what a vendor is a person basically pays like a small fee. Well, I'm not gonna say small because some events have large vendors fees, and I'll talk about that later. But basically, you'll pay a fee somewhere between 25 and it can go up to like $500 to get a small space at that event. They may give you a table, a chair, and you basically sell your product or your service there. And I have found great success, some successes and some losses at these events. So start doing your research now because it's April, and start building out a vendor event calendar for this summer so that you can get out in front of people. You can start talking about your brand. People can start talking about you. You can build your social media following. I found that that's one of the best ways to build your social media following is getting in front of people, talking to them, answering questions, and that's organic growth right there. So when you're, like I said, you can find these events via Google, or if you know people that know people that know people, just talk to people and reach out to the contact to see if you can sign up to be a vendor. Now, the after building your little calendar out and making contact with each of the vendors, the events, the next thing that you want to do, and I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that the event makes sense for you. Because, like, if you sell, let's say you sell clothes, you don't want to go to a vendor event that is talking about how to shampoo dogs or something like that. If your brand does not align with dogs, you understand what I'm saying? Another example is, let's see, I signed up to go to a vendor event at this, it was like a city college, but I didn't know too much about it. I just signed up because I was networking with this lady. She told me about it. I signed up. The event cost $75, and it was like between 7 to 10 vendors there, but I didn't get a whole lot of traction at that event. I don't know why. It just wasn't a good event for me. But on the flip side, there's this place in Chicago called Boxville. It's right on, I think it's located on 51st Street, like underneath the one of the L trains. And whenever I go to the events, I always do awesome. And the event fee is only like $50. So for $50, they give me a table, they give me a space, and I set up, and people come up, talk to me, purchase items for me, and things like that. At the time, I had a brand called Her Sweet Time. I still have it. I just haven't been doing much with it. Called Her Sweet Time, and I would sell like sage, Palo Santo, incense, lavender, different things like that. And I did awesome at that event. Like, I did really well at that event. So make sure that when you're building out your list, that it makes sense for you. And so now I'm going to jump into the things that you need at your vendor events. The first thing you need is some type of like poster or sign or signage with your logo, colors, and all of that, so people know who you are. Like, they can put your brand and the name together with the colors and things like that, to raise awareness and familiarity. So I built my little logo and everything at Canva, and then I went to FedEx and printed out my board. Hold on one second. I'm gonna grab it for you. So this is the board that I got from built from FedEx. You got the brand name, my services, my products, social media handles. It was only like it wasn't that much. I don't think it wasn't more than $30. So you need that, you need a sign. The other thing that you need if you selling products, please have bags. Like cause you don't want to just give people your stuff and they have to carry it around. Like that's one thing that I did not have in my first vendor event was bags. So make sure you have some bags. Another thing you want to make sure you have like a little paper or something with a QR code on it so that people can just scan it and do their contactless pay. So have your QR code linked to either your Cash App, your Zelle. Just make it easy for customers to be able to pay you so that people aren't crowding you at that table and waiting to either exchange money, credit cards. Like if you have that QR code, it will make your experience so much more smoother. Um, so have bags, have your sign, make sure you have that QR code for contactless pay. And yeah, just make sure that it makes sense for you. I really, really, really think it's important for people to build in-person brand awareness because they associate because you want to get to know the people in your city, in your community. You want them to know you. And this is how your business spreads through word of mouth. Like being able to talk about your brand to people and interact is different than just sitting behind a computer or your phone and posting every day. That's important, but I feel like there's nothing more better than being in front of somebody and talking to your brand. And it also preps you on how to talk about your brand. You get comfortable with it and things like that. It gives you good practice. So make sure you have a nice little elevator pitch, be able to talk about your story and why your brand is important, why you started it, and connect with people. That connection is super important. So I know that this video was not long, but these are the tips that I have about building a brand awareness in person and using your city as leverage to grow a following in person. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll talk to you later.